Now let's move on to step 3. I'm gonna show you guys the whole structure. What's up, action takers? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Jandi here, and today I'm going to be providing you probably the best video I have put out so far. This is gonna be value packed and full of golden nuggets that you guys can take away and implement into your current strategy straight away. This is basically going to be a free mini course for you guys if you want to start testing your product, or if you want to revive your winning product. Not only that, I'm also gonna show you guys how I put it into action and what I did to be able to go from $0 into $5,000 per day by reviving a winning product using my own method and strategies that I'm gonna be sharing today. I hope you guys are ready for this, because I promise you guys this is going to be insane. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to show your support by liking this video. This is also gonna help YouTube to put this content out to more people so other people can take action as well. Now if you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I upload. Let's go. Alright, I hope you guys are ready for this. Get your notepads out, get your pen out, and start writing things down, because like I promised, this is gonna be a value-packed video that you have never seen before. This is a new method that I started testing at the start of the year, and I haven't seen anyone talked about this method before. So what I did was I basically just created a structure so that it will be easier for me to test creatives, test my product, to revive my old winning products. Now if you want to win a one-on-one consulting call with me, make sure to comment down below #ActionTakers, plus add in something what you enjoyed the most from this video, or if you learned something from this video, feel free to share it down below. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, feel free to do so. It's the first link in the description. Now let's actually start and jump into my computer. So today we're about $4,200 and there's still a few hours left, so we should be able to hit 5,000 today. Now yesterday, all right, we did about 5.8k, all right, and then the day before we did about 4.9k. Now if we just go back at the start of January 2020, all right, and as of today, which is February 10, you can see that I tried to scale my winning product again, but I just wasn't profitable. I was pushing my ads. I'm also going to be showing you guys my ad manager, but for now let's just talk about this graph. And as you can see here, it started to decline. I just stopped my ads overall because I couldn't make it work, until I took a step back and actually analyzed my past data and basically created this whole structure, which I'm going to be talking about today. There's going to be 4 steps that we are covering, and you're going to have to understand all 4 steps if you want to successfully test a product and successfully revive your old winning product. As you can see here, started implementing this structure. This is the testing phase and then the growth, all right, okay, and then we just slowly scaling. I haven't even fully scaled this yet, though kind of testing, all right. So in the next few days I should be able to hit 10k days. Now let's cover the first step that you need to understand. Basically the first thing you want to understand is the product life cycle. Okay, as a marketer and a dropshipper, like everyone else, we were taught from the beginning to jump in and just find a winning product, and almost 99% of the time, you know, we will start seeing decrease in sales, you know, decline in profits, and overall just a downward trend of the growth of the product. Okay, so as you can see in this graph, okay, the introduction phase, we're basically just testing, all right, and then we start going into the growth phase, all right, and then now we jump into the maturity level. Then that's when we that's the peak, okay. That's when we start seeing a decline in sales unless you do something about it. Then we can go back to the renewal phase, which is gonna be kind of like the growth phase again. Okay, now let me just share something. If you haven't watched my Shopify challenge where I show everything from creating my store name, creating the ads, launching Facebook ads, this challenge basically allowed me to identify if it was possible to create a profitable store using a saturated product. So that's the quick context. Of the challenge. But basically, this is what happens. Most of the time, once you start seeing a decline in sales, that's when your ad creative gets saturated. It's not the product itself, okay? Unless, obviously, if you have touched the whole population of the world, then it's never going to be saturated. So just going back to my Shopify challenge, I wanted to test a saturated product and see if I can still make a profitable store. And the result was pretty good. We were able to make sales, and I was actually about to scale that if Facebook did not disapprove my ads. Anyways, let me just quickly explain that. Once you start seeing the decline in sales, that's when people get sick of seeing the same ads all the time, and you'll see a big drop in your CTR and also hence your sales as well. Now, once you start implementing different kinds of strategies and creatives and just different unique selling points of the same product, that's how you can enter the renewal phase. Now, the second step is basically analyzing your Facebook past data. And I'm gonna quickly show it to you guys. Let's jump into my Facebook ads business manager, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so this is the start of the year. We saw from the graph on my Shopify store that we started declining the first week of January, and then we plateaued until we implemented the step 3, which I'm gonna be talking about soon, okay? But for now, this is an important step. This is the second step, which is analyzing your past data, okay? Now, this is from January 1 to February 10, 2020. I spent about almost 22 grand, okay? And as you can see, my overall ROAS 2.76 and about 60,000 sales. But from Shopify, if we just go back, we did about 68,000. All right, anyways, so if we just break this down by day, this is the first thing you want to do. You want to break it down by day, okay? And then you want to sort this by date. As you can see, 2020. All right, that's the 1st of Jan, 2nd of Jan, and all that stuff. And I was spending about $100, $300 trying to scale it, but nothing is working. So let's just go back and scroll to the right, okay? And I'm gonna quickly explain this to you guys. You can see that there was really not stable ROAS, okay? I was getting 2.47, sometimes 3, but overall I even had a cost per purchase of $97 and 0.6 ROAS, so that wasn't good overall, okay? Now this is the point where I just took a step back and I wanted to just rethink my strategy and how I can revive this winning product. Take note, frequency is a good metric to look at as well. This is the amount of people that has seen your ads 2 times or more, basically. Now, let's have a look at the ROAS. So we saw that there's really unstable ROAS there. And this is when I started implementing my strategy. From, I think about 11, yeah, 2.72, okay. Let's just scroll to the left, okay. Now the whole strategy, I'm gonna lay it out for you guys step by step as well, so just hang on. Let me just show you guys my actual data so you guys will have a bit of a context on what the result was after implementing this structured idea that I did. You can see that my average video percentage watch was 14%, 20%, up to 19%. So I was around 16% average video percentage watched until, and then we just scrolled down, okay. Then I started hitting consistent 19%, okay, 24%, just overall 20+% of video percentage watched. And I also decreased my frequency. Now this means I'm hitting more newer people that has not seen my ad previously. That's the thing I'm telling you guys about. It's people get sick of seeing the same ads. But as you can see in my frequency, it started to decrease from 1.2, you know, you can see 1.2 there, to 1.1s to 1.08. So that's a good sign. And you can also see that my video percentage watch has increased, so that more people are actually enjoying watching my new ads. Okay, basically that's what I did. New ads, and tested new ads and see if I can scale it that way. And obviously, as you can see, I started hitting 2.51s until I consistently did about 2.5 ROAS to 3 ROAS on a daily basis. You know, I started scaling here, as you can see here, 2k days, okay, 2.5k. all right, then I started seeing more consistency, and that's when we started hitting, you know, 5k days and 3k days, 4k days, and all of that stuff. And look at my ROAS, it jumped from 1.5 ROAS up to 3.32 ROAS. Okay, anyways, with step 2, analyzing your past data, you're gonna have to look at your best audiences, your best, you know, best interest, best lookalike audiences, and also the best age, gender, placements, and all that stuff. Take note of that before you move on to step 3. Now let's actually move on to step 3. I'm gonna show you guys step by step on how I do this, and basically explaining everything to you guys. So make sure you have your pen and paper out now. Maybe just pause this video so you can analyze what I'm doing. So this is step 3. This is my own strategy. It's called the DC Unlimited Revival Testing Ground. Okay, it's quite a mouthful, but anyway, I came up with my own strategy to completely revive a product and basically called it DC Revival Testing Ground. Okay, the DC part is the dynamic creative function using Facebook ads. It allows you to test multiple angles under one ad set. Alright, and I'm gonna be showing to you guys step by step on how I set this up shortly, okay? But there is a prerequisite. You're gonna need at least 3 or more videos or photo creatives, at least 3 different ad copies, and at least 3 different thumbnails. Now the main concept is to retest ad creatives or test new ad creatives if you're just testing new products, okay? Because, you know, it's not the product that gets saturated. Like I said before, it's actually the ad itself. This is how I set up this strategy. You're gonna have 1 campaign, 3 ad sets per test, at least 3 times creatives, copies, and thumbnails. Now you're gonna need 3 videos, photos, 3 ad copies, and also 2 or more thumbnails, okay? Campaign can be ABO, which is ad set budget optimization, or CBO, campaign budget optimization with minimum ad set budget. It's up to you how you want to set this up, but I'm giving you guys different kinds of options because there's no one way of doing things. Anyway, the 3 ad sets will be like this. Ad set 1, open no interest or lookalike targeting if possible. Ad set 2, your top super lookalikes, best lookalikes. And ad set 3, your top super interests, best interests. Now, your top super lookalikes are basically your best lookalikes under one ad set, and your top super interests are your best interests under one ad set. Okay, and they're called super lookalikes and super interests. However, if you're just testing new products, find your best audiences, or you think the best audiences are, and then just have 3 ad sets. Now let's move on to the ad level. I level my testing phase. You'll see the numbers like this. So for example, level 0, okay, that's my ad creative testing, dynamic creative. Level 1, that's my ad copy testing, dynamic creative. And level 2 is my thumbnail testing. This is optional, not dynamic creative. Let's actually jump into the ad account manager so I can show you guys step by step on how I set this up. Alright, now that we're in my ad manager, we want to create a campaign, okay? And then you want to hit conversions, and then you want to name this whatever. I usually call this, okay, US. Let's do ABO for now, which is ad set budget optimization, and then call this testing ground. You also want to put the product name here. Now this is just an example. You want to turn off CBO. Okay, obviously you're gonna put your own product name in there. Just hit continue. Change that to US. Now if you remember, I told you guys to take note of your best audiences, best age, gender, interest, and lookalike audiences and all that stuff. So now you want to put this here. For example, if our best audiences are 18 to 35 year old, you want to put 18 to 35 year old there. And then if you don't have a best placement, or if you're just testing new product, obviously you just want to go 18 plus. And then you just want to say automatic for feed, and then you're gonna put your audience name here. All right, obviously that's gonna be purchase. Just scroll down. Okay, now the budget is up to you. If you're testing more variables, like more creatives and more photos, you want to have more budget. But for me, I like to have at least a minimum of $15. And then you just want to scroll down. Obviously you want to change that to US, change your age. Okay, and then on here you want to hit this dynamic creative option, and then you want to click continue. 18 to 35. Obviously you just want to change the location. Let's go United States. Put your best interest and lookalike audiences in here if you have them. If not, then find your best audiences that you can use. Okay, automatic placement, and then you just want to hit continue. Now this is the most fun bit. Okay, you can add multiple videos because you selected the dynamic creative function. This allows you to test multiple ad creatives, ad copies, ad angles under one ad set. For example, okay, we're gonna choose 3 different kinds of videos. We just want to add that. All right, okay, and you're gonna make one copy, you know, this is your ad copy, one headline, one description, and your URL. And then after that, you're just gonna be confirming that, and then you create the other 2 ad sets. All right, if we just go back here, you're gonna create your two more ad sets, so that you can test different kinds of angles, audiences, and all that stuff against different ad creatives. I hope this is making sense with you guys. Okay, and then once you have set that up, all right, let's go back to my current ad account manager, and I'm gonna show you guys the results. So this is my testing ground. All right, and you can see here I got like level 0, which means I'm testing just ad creatives. Okay, then we got level 1, which means I started testing ad copies. So the idea is, once you have found the best ad copy, and to do that you're gonna go breakdown by dynamic creative assets, and then you're gonna hit this image video slideshow, and it's gonna show you your best ad creative for level 0. And then so after you hit this, it's gonna show you which videos were the best from your dynamic creative testing. Then you move on to level 1, which is testing the ad copy. Now what you want to do is you pick the best ad copy that did well, and then you move on to level 1, and then you test multiple ad copies. And ad copies are basically, for example, let's say Kneeler stabilizer, the best. Okay, I'm just giving you guys an example here, and then you add another option. Okay, so you're gonna have another ad copy here. Save your knee. Okay, obviously you're gonna have a longer form than this, and then you want another one, for example, free shipping, whatever. So you're gonna have 3 different kinds of ad copies in there. Obviously you're only gonna have one ad creative now, because you've already found, okay, this is the best ad creative. Now I'm gonna be moving this into the second phase, which is testing the ad copies. Now once you've tested the ad copies, it takes about 4 to 5 days of testing So like I said here, once you have found your winning creative, you move on to level 1, and that's when you start the ad copy testing, okay? And then the final step is your thumbnail. Now this is optional. You won't be able to use dynamic creatives here because it doesn't really show you using the breakdown tab which thumbnail is working the best. So you're gonna have to just duplicate in the ad level using different kinds of thumbnails. That, like I said, that's optional. I've found that it's not a make or break whenever I don't test thumbnails or not, but it's still good to do that on a micro level. Now to put that into a summary, you want to test per level, okay, per level, at least a good amount until you can identify a winning creative. Maybe about $30 spent at least. So that's, let's say when we started the $15 budget, you're gonna wait 2 to 3 days before you move on to the next phase. Okay, now the idea is to just rinse and repeat. For step 4, you're gonna test the best campaigns and best ad sets. Remember, I told you guys from step 2 to analyze your past data and find your best campaigns and ad sets and your audiences, and then you're gonna implement the winning ad creative from the testing ground campaign into your new campaign, so you can start testing audiences, your past winning audiences, and then you just basically scale from there. And what you can do with the testing ground, you can always have that on and test new creatives, so that from the product lifecycle you will never go from decline mode again. It's always going to be renewed, okay? Like I said, rinse and repeat using the testing ground campaign. That's always going to be on. That's like your retargeting on steroids, but at the introduction and growth level. The reason why this works really well is because you're always finding new creatives, and your audiences will never get sick of new ads that you've been showing them, okay? Your frequency will be lower, so you'll never saturate your ad itself. Once you start plateauing with an ad, then start implementing the new ad that you tested from your testing ground. So your testing ground campaign is always going to be on. Well, I hope you guys learned something new here. Like I said, this is probably the most value-packed video that I ever made up to date. But there's gonna be more secret sauce that I'm gonna be sharing in the future. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you're not subscribed, then you're probably going to miss out. And also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any video that I upload. I'll see you guys soon.